In Brockton, we swing for the fences so we can touch home.
We coach in Brockton to instill the teamwork that builds a great winning tradition.
We do business in Brockton because here you can find a taste of home away from home.
We keep our company in Brockton because we love this city.
I study and learn in Brockton to achieve my goals.
When Brockton is home, everything is within reach.
Good afternoon. My name is Marty Suberg. I am the Commissioner of the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection, and welcome to Brockton City Hall today. And I'll say, first of all, Happy Earth Day, Happy Earth Week. You know, there's not much that makes people at DEP smile, but this week is one of them, because we're celebrating nature. Yeah, some of you who deal with us, you know, appreciate that reference, but. And the Baker-Polito administration has been active celebrating Earth Day and Earth Week. There have been events celebrating stream restoration in Plymouth. There's a tree planting that's been going on, attention to farms, attention to green communities. And of course, our very own piece of it is highlighting the value of renewable energy through electric vehicles. So I first and foremost wanted to thank our host, Mayor Carpenter. Thank you so much for hosting us. Thank you so much for making this beautiful venue available to us this afternoon. It is particularly appropriate because Brockton is a community that is really embracing the electric vehicle revolution. Over to my left, we have a map. It may be a little hard to see the details from where you sit, but come up and look later. But I'll say the cool colors are on the lower end of the number of vehicle scales. The warmer colors, the oranges, the pinks, the reds, those are communities that have more vehicles. And if you have a lightning bolt in your community, it also means that you have charging facilities. And Brockton is on the warm end of the scale, on the hot end of the scale, 13 vehicles, a number of charging facilities, and more to follow. So we are very, very pleased to be here in Brockton, where people are really you know, embracing the technology and embracing the use of the technology. And it's really important for us because this is a year where we in the administration are paying a lot of attention to greenhouse gas emissions. As you know, under our Global Warming Solutions Act, which sets goals for our state in terms of dealing with climate change and reducing emissions, we've done tremendous work in the electric sector, bringing emissions down. We're doing a lot on energy efficiency to make sure we're using energy wisely. But transportation is the big frontier. It accounts now for 42.7% of our emissions of greenhouse gases. It also accounts for emissions of other air quality affecting particulates that we would also like to deal with. So electric vehicles, non-emitting vehicles pose really important answers. When you are driving an electric vehicle that is fed by a clean source of energy, in other words, if it's coming off of renewable energy, as we in the Commonwealth are working towards, you get the double benefit, the benefit of no emissions from the vehicle and being charged by non-emitting sources. Some of our people that spend a lot of time thinking about this say that could translate to as much as 75 miles per gallon for a conventional engine and about 6,000 gallons of gasoline saved over the life of a car. So we at Mass DEP have programs for both public fleets and infrastructure. And the infrastructure, I mean the chargers and the other things that really make electric vehicles work. And why we're here and so pleased to be here in Brockton is we spend a lot of time working with our municipal partners who really are on the front line of environmental protection and protecting public health And they have embraced the benefits of electric vehicles, recognizing the emissions benefits we get, recognizing the long-term economic benefits we get. And so we have worked with a number of communities on our electric vehicle incentive program. And it provides vehicles and it provides chargers to cities and towns interested in taking advantage of it. And since 2013, we have utilized over $2.7 million to fund 267 electric vehicles and 92 publicly accessible charging stations. Today, we're announcing $318,500 to 17 additional public entities for 54 more cars and 2 level 2 dual port charging stations. 11 of the public entities we are awarding today are people that have taken advantage of the program before. So like Brockton, they're building on the success of the program before. So we are delighted to be in Brockton with over $120,000 in funding that the city's already received. Again, 13 full vehicles, full battery vehicles, and publicly available charging stations. And we're very pleased that Brockton is receiving another $5,000 grant today to help purchase another electric vehicle for its fleet. So with that, I'd like to turn the program over to our host, the Mayor of Brockton, Mayor Carpenter. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon and welcome everyone. And first, Commissioner Suberg, it is a pleasure to have you back here in Brockton with us today. And we do appreciate our relationship and our ability to work with you. Brockton became a green community in 2017. That was one of our objectives when we arrived. And it honestly took a couple of years of hard work to fulfill all the requirements for Brockton to become a green community. But I think we were the first city in southeastern Mass that was able to obtain green community status. And I think that this electric vehicle program is very consistent with a lot of the programs that we've been able to take advantage of help from the state in changing the way that we operate city government and look at our responsibility of reducing our carbon footprint and becoming a truly sustainable city. We're now participating in the municipal vulnerability program, looking at long-term climate change and how we can impact that here in the city of Brockton. We've been participating with the state in the greening of the Gateway Cities program, which has allowed us for a couple of years now. We've been, with the help of the state, rebuilding our urban tree canopy, which is also good for energy conservation and quality of life and cleaning the air. So we've, and even the coming out of the Green Community Program was the municipal LED program, where we've converted all of the city streetlights to LEDs now, saving a tremendous amount of money and saving a tremendous amount of energy at the same time. So when we had the opportunity a couple of years ago to participate in the electric vehicle incentive program, it was really a good fit for us in terms of our overall game plan. And we did pilot first with a couple cars, 1 and then 2 more, total of 3. And you know, there were a few skeptics around City Hall and in city government when we first got the couple electric vehicles. Somehow we've gone from, when I first had the electric cars coming in, people were fighting over not wanting them, and I'm not driving one of those, to now I've had to transfer a couple cars because everybody wants one for their department. So it's a good problem to have, because the cars have been, the Nissan Leafs have been really a practical car for city use. I mean, if you think about it, as far as I know, the vehicles don't leave the city during the day. You know, the range hopefully is not an issue. If it is, they won't make it back. But when you think about people like health inspectors and building inspectors and assessors, that as part of their regular daily work are spending most of their day driving around the city, visiting various sites. And so these Nissan Leafs are just a perfect fit, and they've really worked out well for us. I know we've saved a lot of money in gasoline and expenses, but even more so, I think it's the fact that what the use of the electric cars symbolizes in terms of the city's commitment to sustainability and caring about the future and reducing our carbon footprint and really being a true green community. Our Nissan Leaf program is a big piece of it. So I know, Commissioner, I have had the opportunity, I've had calls from a couple other mayors over the last couple of years asking me how the electric cars have worked out, and I tell them they're a great fit for city government. There are a lot of our folks that are out on the road during the day that the electric vehicle is a perfect fit. So we are very pleased to accept some more money from you, Commissioner, and we're very much welcoming all the other communities that are here today that are also participating in the program, and I congratulate all of you on your awards, and I believe that your experience with Nissan Leafs in your city or town will be just as positive as ours. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and truly thank you for your leadership on this, and not just on the EV program, but a number of the programs that truly make Brockton a green community. One of the things we do to commemorate this, and hopefully, ordinarily we're in the paper-saving business, but sometimes we think having paper is a good idea, and hopefully this particular certificate that we'd like to award to you is recognition that you were one of the early investors into technology, and hopefully years from now we'll all look back on this and say that communities like yours were front runners and really the reason why we have had the success that we will have. So thank you again, Mr. Mayor.
Hi, I'm Brockton Mayor Bill Carpenter. Baseball season has arrived, and that means pothole season is with us now too. We're asking you for your help in reporting potholes to the City of Brockton using one of two easy-to-use methods. The Mayor's Pothole Hotline is now open at 508-897-1306, 508-897-1306, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just call and leave us a voicemail with the exact location of the pothole, including a street address, to allow us to get our DPW crews out to make the repairs to the road as soon as possible. Or you can use our See, Click, Fix app to report potholes to the City of Brockton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The See, Click, Fix app is a free download to most Android and iPhone devices. You can also locate the See, Click, Fix app on our city website at brockton.ma.us. Just tell us where the problem is, select pothole as the category. You can even upload a photo if you'd like. The Mayor's Pothole Hotline or the See, Click, Fix app. Two convenient ways to let us know exactly where those potholes are. We will get our DPW highway crews out to fix them as soon as possible.
Brockton, we swing for the fences so we can touch home.
We coach in Brockton to instill the teamwork that builds a great winning tradition.
We do business in Brockton because here you can find a taste of home away from home.
We keep our company in Brockton because we love this city.
I study and learn in Brockton to achieve my goals.
When Brockton is home, everything is within reach.
We're the largest privately held office supplier in the country right now, and it's coming out of Brockton, Massachusetts.
Kenworth has had a good experience in Brockton. The big selling point for Kenworth going to Brockton was easy highway access and a city that would be easy to work with to get a nicely renovated facility up and running quickly.
This is home. We love where we're at right now. And why would anybody not want to come to Brockton and go out there and try to shoot for the same kind of dreams with their company?
Business investments are helping to build a new Brockton.
Champion plan, right off the bat, to me, it means I think of a new life.
This isn't just a one encounter, they get you somewhere and then you're done with them. They stick with you.
What the Champion Plan really is, it's police-assisted recovery. The idea is that anyone who's struggling with any form of addiction can walk into the police department and ask for help.
Well, the process is very effective. When the person has their moment of clarity, they come into the station, which is a big step. That's a big first step. When they come into the lobby, they're identified, they're put into our computer, and then we have to run a warrant check. If they have a warrant, we have to arrest them, we bring them to court, and we've had 100% as of today that come back to join the Champion program after they clear their warrant.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna run your name, okay? Make sure everything is clear, make sure there aren't any warrants, okay? Once that clears, I'll put in a call and we will give them a call. They'll come pick you up within 15 minutes or so, okay? Also, I need to let you know we have to pack frisk you just for their safety, okay? All right, so have a seat for a minute, okay?
If they're okay with warrants, then we do a query check on them. If they clear the query with the parameters we have on that, then they're accepted into the Champion plan. We call over to our partners, and a Champion will come over, one or two, and they escort them to the program.
Hi, it's Officer Brown, and I have one female to be picked up, okay? All right, thank you.
And then we partner with the Gandara Center to take it from there and help individuals with placement of what they're interested in, whether it be detox, outpatient, CSS placement, provide transportation through Brewster, and follow up with them with recovery coaches.
They will call us to transport someone to a facility for detox, medical detox, or wherever it may be. It makes us feel great to be able to help out because it is a barrier for some people. They're unable to get these rides that they need because they may be going to Springfield. Sometimes they even go to Rhode Island. There's a facility in Rhode Island that we go to also. So it makes us feel great to be able to help out.
Hi, I'm Ann. I'm from the Champion program. I understand you have someone for us.
Yes, hi, Ann. Okay, she's right over here.
Okay.
All right, she's all set. I just have her ID.
Okay, ready?
What we've done is not just put a person in a detox, we've put a person into a pipeline of treatment, a continuum of treatment with constant follow-up by a recovery coach who's going to be always assisting and motivating this person to continue on to the next level of treatment.
I got your back. I'm here for you. I can support you in this. To see the active involvement of law enforcement within the community saying, we're not going to arrest you, we're not going to throw you in a cell or put cuffs on you, we're invested in you getting better, because if you get better, it's going to reduce crime and complications within our city. And we have an interest in you as a human being. I think that you can't replace those things.
Because we know that we've had a merry-go-round going on with detoxes for years. and that what we need to do is we need to help people make that decision to remain in treatment longer. And the longer we can keep them in treatment, then the odds go up significantly as they're in terms of them being able to stay sober when they leave.
I think the most wonderful thing about the program is the number of people that they've been able to help in such a short amount of time. In just 10 months in 2016, they served almost 300 people, and many of those people multiple times. And I think one of the things that they're proudest of, and I think is a huge success for them, is that 13% of those people, this was the first time that they had access treatment services. So this is the first time they tried to get help, and they came to the Champion Plan for that help.
We would argue that the Champion Plan is really at the cutting edge of policing. The Brockton Police Department is in a true partnership with the treatment community. Police traditionally address issues of the drug problem by attempting to arrest their way out of a problem. We know with pretty well documented evidence that there's limits to the arrest response.
Most of the clients that they receive or treat, 87% of them are going into a detox program, and they're transported right to that program. The Champion Plan, the wait time between a client entering the program and the Champion Plan staff finding a treatment bed for them is less than 2 hours.
So it is really about spending a little bit of money on the front end of a problem in order to prevent the further escalation of a problem.
They worked with my counselors in treatment facilities. They worked with me when I left the treatment facility. And unfortunately, there was a time where I slipped, and you know what? They didn't give up. They didn't down me for it. They just said, that's okay. It's a part of recovery, come back.
The Champions Plan, to me, is a lifesaver. I can't even describe how grateful I am for the Champions Plan. It 100% saved my life. A lot of people, say that, throw that around, but I am 100% positive that I wouldn't be here without the Champions Plan.
You cannot, I don't care what anybody says, you cannot do this by yourself. You need help. You have to have other people to help you. And that's what the Champion program does. They are there you could call them at any time of the day and they will help you.
A little embarrassed, on my end, but I mean, all around it was, they were very nice and helpful. I wasn't there too long, probably an hour. My brother and my stepfather were there. And then they came down, picked me up, and it was a smooth process.
I usually tell people, if you're still alive, you still have a chance. And this is an amazing place that is available to help people when they're ready to make that decision, to get them help that they desperately need in a timely fashion. And sometimes that's hard for us to do on our own.
I have a 7-month-old daughter, and she's a happy baby because I'm happy. And I like to give a lot of gratitude to the Brockton Police and the Champion Plan, because my dream was to be a mother and go to school and get my life together, and it's done that for me.
So the most important thing that I like to share with the participants is that the Mayor and Gandara Center have created a safe place for them to come and get supports for their recovery. This is their space always. Whenever we're open, they can stop by for resources or support, or even just to speak with somebody, but we'll always be there for them.
Come through the door. Everybody's friendly. From the offices to the champion that's going to walk you back, to the program once you're in it, and the 18 months of phone calls that you're going to receive afterwards. They're going to support you all the way through.
This program was designed to help you, to help people, and you have to take that first step in order for it to happen. So I would say please.
It's never too late. Walk in today.